Hello and welcome to this webinar. I am super excited to have you all here, wherever you're joining me from. I am very happy to see you all here showing up for yourself. So today we're going to be covering 3 secrets to uncover your life purpose, to stop feeling stuck, stop feeling overwhelmed, and enter the life that you envision for yourself. Before we start, just a few notes. If you could find a spot in your house or in the office or wherever you're listening to this to that is quiet, that you can focus, that you don't have to pretend that you're anybody else. So if you have the option, also just put some headphones in so you can then focus 100% on this webinar. Another thing, because it's a practical session, I do have a lot of tasks and exercises planned for us for the next hour or so. So that will help if you would have some kind of notepad, piece of paper and a pen, or a document open, so then you can take part in all these exercises. We are always bombarded with a lot of theory in life. So today I want this hour to be, first of all, a self-care, self-love, self-development hour where we take lots of action. So after this webinar, you will have practiced the things that I'm going to share with you, the tools and strategies that I'm going to show you, but you will also know what to do afterwards. I'm also going to show you at the very end the roadmap towards sustaining the life that we are going to uncover today, that life purpose that we're going to come closer to discovering, and also what you can do afterwards so you feel like you've got guidance and support throughout the whole of the journey. So without further ado, let's begin. So very briefly about me, who am I? Why am I speaking to you today? So I'm a life coach, I'm a life transformation alignment coach, and I have been doing so under different hats. So you could name me as a teacher, you could call me a head of operations, you could call me an entrepreneur more recently, but in all of these roles, I was a life coach to my mentees, to the students that I was teaching, to the adults that I was working with, to the teams that I was managing. That was always part of my job. So only recently I've actually decided to take this one thing out of all of this experience and put it into my new business and actually focus fully on what I love most. So I used to coach and I used to teach children and adults, but I was also managing a team. I was growing a team. I was the leader for them, for the teams all over the world in different countries, making sure that they know exactly what's expected of them, that they're reaching their goals, that they are motivated, and they keep coming to work happy and inspired and knowing exactly what to do. So if that path would not work for them anymore, I would be the one encouraging them to change, to do things differently, to look at life and work in a different way. So this is what I've been doing for many, many years now, over 10 years of my professional experience. So now, very recently, I've decided to actually just focus fully on life coaching as an entrepreneur, as an empowered woman that I have become throughout all of these experiences. So I always felt like this was within me, this was something that I wanted to do. And I have finally decided to do it, to come to you, to come to everybody, and to show you that you can do that too. So now I obviously have a bigger reach. I am not limited to the space of the school or to the space of one-on-one with the children that I knew from the local area. But now with all this online engagement, I can reach as many of you as possible and help you share the shortcuts that I have learned, that I have applied to my life, to go from feeling overwhelmed, stuck, feeling like I have no idea what I want to do in life, to the position where I am here today. So feeling fulfilled, feeling empowered. And as an introvert, being a shy person, a lot of you probably at the end of the session will think like, oh, this is not true. This is not who she is. But this is my core. This is the true me. I am an introvert. I am a shy person. But at the same time, I am very much aware of the fact that this is who I am. So I am doing everything and I am making choices every single day to get out of that state and be a person that I truly want to be. But that has not always been the case. So as a child, I was bullied. I was bullied by children and I was bullied by adults. So I was born in Poland to Russian parents. So with today's situation, you can actually understand why that could possibly be the case. So I was bullied because of that. I didn't fit in. I did not belong. I was not the same. My surname was different. Something else must have been different about me. That was enough for everybody to bully me. Because of that, I lacked a lot of confidence. I developed a very strong imposter syndrome that I am still dealing with until today. However, now obviously I've got the strategies and tools to overcome it. So the moment I feel like this is the imposter syndrome kicking in, I know exactly what to do. I know how to ground myself and I know how to start seeing facts and reality for what it actually is and not being dictated by that imposter syndrome. So when I moved finally to the UK, I had only 700 to my name and I was living on give or take £40 a month in my first year. I was working a lot during the university, during the first year, during all the years, but the first year was the toughest one. I didn't have any weekends for the whole duration of 3 years. And after uni, I was so overworked that I kind of repeated the same pattern and I started working 4 jobs simultaneously from Monday to Sunday. That was my way of escaping reality. That was my way of escaping depression, my way of escaping the feeling of I don't know what to do with my life. This was always my answer. Whenever somebody would ask me, like, what do I like doing? What would I like to do professionally or in life or as a hobby? I would always have one answer, and that would be, I don't know. It was really exhausting. It just didn't work for me, but I didn't see the way out. There were too many doors for me to choose from, and I had no idea what to do. I had no wiggle room, no space, because I was working from 8 o'clock in the morning until around 9 p.m. absolutely every single day. So when the Sunday came and I was finishing at 7 p.m., that was my early day when I just had absolutely no energy to do anything else. Because of that, I also attracted, because my energy, my vibration was so low, that I attracted a very toxic environment, a very toxic work environment. And in the end, after many, many years being stuck in that environment, also learning a lot, this was the environment when I built teams where I grew as a human being and as a professional. But at the same time, there was this other side that was very, very toxic. So I was in the end forced to leave. So why am I doing this? Why am I coming here to you with this? So I am here because I know how it feels to be stuck, to wake up in the morning full of self-doubt, having very low self-esteem, no self-confidence at all, feeling like you have this passion, you have this willingness to change things. There's this burning desire that you want to achieve something else, but you are just stuck in your reality, in your mundane reality. It's a constant loop of just waking up, eating, working, and sleeping. And that is just on repeat. If you have a family, if you've got kids, you know exactly how it feels when life just gets to you. You are just overwhelmed with a day to day that you have absolutely no time to even think about what you want to do next, because you are not there. You are not number one. You're not a priority. You come last. Everything else, your family, your chores, your duties, your work, everything comes first because life is too much. So there is a way to get out of there. I have successfully done that. So now I want to show you and I want to guide you and show you the shortcuts, how you can get to where I am today from the point that you're in at the moment, the point that you're at the moment. So if you're feeling like you're alone in this, trust me, this is how I felt. I've been there, I've done that, and I came out on the other side. So I want to share with you the tips, the tools, the strategies, and the journey that I took to come out on the other side to where I am today, to the feeling of fulfillment, empowerment, and just developing positive and nurturing habits that are building the personality and the person that I actually want to be. So everything now I do and the way I approach things, my attitude towards the things that are happening in my world has completely changed. And so did I. So you are probably here because you feel like you're living on an autopilot. You feel lost and feel like your life has no clarity and no purpose. You're struggling with the imposter syndrome. So you are possibly experiencing some self-doubt, anxiety, negative self-talk. You might be comparing yourself to others. You might be looking at other people's lives, feeling like, oh, I should be having this at the moment, or I should be doing this because of my age, because of this and that. You might feel like you are behind somebody else. You might also feel like you don't belong to where you are. And a lot of people who come to the UK or live a life of an expat who are immigrants, then they will feel that way. You will feel like you always have to prove yourself. And I have done that. I am living that life. And hopefully, I am the evidence that you can overcome these feelings. You might also feel stuck in a never ending wake up, work, eat, sleep loop. So, at the end of this webinar, hopefully, we will all have reconnected with our true selves and you will have explored your inner confidence because it is there. All we need to do is just peel these layers away to get to that confidence that is within you. You will have faced the empowered reality of your life. You will have gotten a step-by-step roadmap to living a purposeful life. So you don't want to miss that. And you will have taken action. And this one is in capital letters because this one is the most important thing that you can do. A lot of webinars, a lot of workshops, a lot of networking events, wherever you go, they will give you a lot of information. And we just have too much. So all we do with this information, we pack it away and we put it into a closet and it just stays there. And we don't do anything with it. We know that it's there. We know it's waiting. That we've got like countless presentations, but we don't actually do anything with them. So today, I want us to take action right here, right now. Hence, we have a piece of paper and a pen or a document open so we can take action right here, right now, not postponing, because you have already shown me that you are here because you want to change your life. So let's continue with that. Let's not allow the spark to die. Let's actually continue with this spark until we have a full grown fire burning within us and we can change mountains. So I will be today guiding you through the exercises and I want you to be taking action. So try to focus during the session, be open minded, and then we will see the results even during this session today. So first of all, at the top of your piece of paper or your document, I want you to write, what is your intention for this session? So you have come to the session with some kind of thinking, like, why are you coming here? What do you want to achieve? What is the problem that you're trying to solve? What is going on in your life, in your thinking, in your universe that you want to change, that you want to address, and you want this session to help you with? So write down, what is your intention for the session? Because you must have come here with some thinking, right? Behind that. You didn't come here just for no reason. You would not be interested to listen to me for an hour if there wasn't something you were trying to change. So now write down exactly what it is, whether it's your relationship that you feel stuck in, whether it's your professional career, whether you just generally just feel stuck and you don't know what to do. Maybe you're lacking self-confidence. Whatever the reason is for you, I want you to write it down so you have it black on white in front of you, and then we'll see if we reach that. And hopefully, all of us who are listening to this, all of us who are here on this session are going to reach our goals. I'm just going to give you 10 seconds to just write it down, and then we can move on. Okay, moving on. Whilst you're writing, I'm just going to move on with the presentation. So at the moment, this is the before. This is where we are at the moment. This is where I used to be for a very, very long time. So that's a state of depression, of self doubt. Your head is spinning. There's so much information. You have absolutely no idea where to go, where to move. You are overwhelmed. You feel stuck. You've got low self esteem. You're feeding yourself very negative self talk, and you are unable to get out of this because there is this gap. There's this gap between the left hand side and the right hand side. We are trying to get to the right hand side, but we are stuck because of the comfort zone. We like what we know. So we don't know exactly where to go because there's fear. There's fear of change. There's fear of that transition. We don't know what's coming. We know what we've lived so far, and we're afraid to make a move. We're afraid to take a step. So there's lack of action. We also feel like we are alone in this, that the problem that we're dealing with is just us. Nobody else is going through that. And even if there is somebody, they're probably far away and nobody is going to understand what we're going through. So we are stuck with our thoughts and thinking that we are the only people dealing with that problem and there's absolutely nobody who can help us. We are also lacking motivation. All of the above come out with, well, come to the fact that we are lacking motivation. So you don't really feel like you have even strength of or energy to achieve what you want to achieve. So this webinar today is the first step towards building building the bridge towards that person on the right hand side. So through the inner work that we are going to do today, we are tapping into and reconnecting with the life purpose, with the abundance, with the life full of abundance, energy and passion, just like in that meme when they say more energy, more passion, more footwork. Exactly, this is what we are trying to achieve. So, life full of alignment, freedom, and in general terms, just happiness. So, today we are going to start building that bridge towards that person, that life that you envision for yourself. Let's answer this question. Why do we feel stuck? And the reasons are going to be different depending on where you're at in your life, what you've experienced, and what your individual experience of life is at the moment. So, the reasons that I've experienced were actually plenty. And first of all, because as I said, I struggled with the fact that I had no clarity. So I had no idea what I wanted to do. All the time, I just answer, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. So for me, I felt stuck because I was lacking clarity. I had a very strong imposter syndrome, feeling like, who am I to achieve these things? I come from Poland. I don't even speak great English. All of these things were just coming to my mind and playing over and over again in my head that resulted in me just feeling stuck in my situation. I had very low self esteem. I didn't believe that I could achieve things that I wanted to achieve. I would look at others and compare myself. I would look at their timeline, think like, oh, they already have this, or they already have a house, they already have a car, or they have this and this and this, and they're traveling there. All of this, especially now in the age of social media, it's even harder because people add only the good stuff on social media. So we only see their good side. We only see the happy days. We don't see the tears behind. So we assume based on what we see that their life is incredible, that their life is amazing. They always look beautiful in their beautiful makeup, beautiful clothes, and they're always traveling to nice sunny places with warm sea and palm trees. This is not the reality that you live in. This is not the reality that I had. And you cannot always be on that high. Like, I'm sure they have the bad days, but this is not what we see. So we compare ourselves to that ideal, perfect life that they supposedly are living, which is not true. So again, that contributed to me feeling stuck in my situation, not knowing where to go, what the right choice would be for me, because I was overthinking all the time. I was also juggling too many things. I was overcommitted. I had 4 jobs. Monday to Sunday, I had absolutely no time, and I wasn't even giving myself time to find out, to figure out who I was, who I wanted to be, who that person inside me, the real me, who that person was. So I was just creating a layer and layer and layer and layer, putting it on top of each other, that I completely forgot who I was. So the way out of this state is to find your life purpose, but you need to create a space to find that life purpose. You don't go looking for it in a book. You don't go looking for it somewhere externally. You can find it only through the inner work. So today we are going to do that inner work in our session so we can start that process. Life purpose doesn't have to be this grand idea, this groundbreaking thing that is going to change the whole of the universe and is going to stop wars and introduce overall peace. It doesn't have to be. Everybody's journey is different, everybody is unique, and this is beautiful. So, life purpose, it's your reason for getting up in the morning. It gives your life meaning. Whatever it is for you, it's valid. So, it contributes to living a fulfilling life. So, it can change as well throughout your life. It doesn't have to be this one thing. And in here, I like to use the example of Sandra Bullock, who is, I mean, I'm sure you heard of her. So, she's an actress. But very recently, she's decided that she's going to dedicate her life to raising her children. She realized that all her life, all of her choices, and everything that she has done up until now has led her to be able to raise her children and focus on that solely. I know a lot of you might be comparing yourselves, thinking, "Oh yeah, but I need to work. I need to do this and this and this." It does not matter. Everybody's on a different journey. If your purpose is to raise your children, the life and the universe is going to help you with that. But you need to feel happy doing that. Because a lot of us feel like, yes, but I would love to do that, but I've got bills to pay. I've got this and that. You are not fully aligned with that. This is not maybe your life purpose at this moment. And that's okay. This is one of the things that you need to do. And it's super important. But at the same time, there's something else that your heart and soul desires. In this slide, I think this is a very important one before we dive into the steps, is the question, are we all the same? And I'm asking that question because I want you to realize that we're not. And I'm sure you do know that, but even if you have a neighbor, somebody who grew up next to you, even in the same building, and you've been with them throughout your whole life, your perception of reality is going to be completely different because they were exposed to different information. Even if you went to the same school, they grew up with their parents, not your parents. So the things that they passed to them, they were different. Everything, maybe the news channel they were watching was different. Maybe they were watching different cartoons. Whatever it was, all of this shaped their reality and their preconception of the reality. So now with all this information, they are going to be taking in different things from this webinar. So if you're listening to this webinar today, if somebody else is going to listen to this webinar at the same time, they will take completely different information out of it. And that is okay. But what I want to draw your attention to is that some things that are going to be said and going to be mentioned during this webinar, you may have heard before. But I want you to listen to it with an open mind. So when we're going to go into meditation, you may have heard of it, you may have tried it, and you may have decided that this is not for you. And this is absolutely fine. Not all the ways and all the tools and strategies are going to work for you, but I want you to give it a chance because maybe there's something different that we're going to do today. Maybe there's going to be completely, well, you might be in a different mental state as well, but I want you to be open-minded and to believe and trust that these techniques helped me, they helped other people, so they might as well help you. If they don't, that's absolutely fine, but it's your attitude towards these things and ideas that is going to make a huge difference. So examples of living life full of alignment. For example, we've got Nelson Mandela, who is a former president of South Africa. He dedicated his life to fighting against apartheid, and promoting equality and justice. We've got Mother Teresa, who was a Catholic missionary and a nun. So she dedicated her life to helping the poor in India. And we've got Elon Musk, who is a well known CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, and now X, which was formerly known as Twitter. So he is known for his ambitious goals of advancing sustainable energy and making space exploration a reality. And before I move on, I can already hear your thoughts that you are saying or thinking, oh my goodness, this is what I need to do. This is the life purpose I'm looking to find. I'm never going to do this. I'm never going to be like one of these people. So also, I want to show you Stephen. I had to cover their faces because these are people that I know because I'm going to record this session and then you will have access to it. I just had to cover their faces. But the person in the middle is Stephen. This was my fellow teacher. I worked with him in a school when I worked in a primary school back in Wales. So he is, I think, the most inspirational teacher that I have ever met. He finds purpose, he finds fulfillment in creating inspiring lesson plans, to mentoring his students. He is going above and beyond to deliver an amazing lesson every single time. Another person is Lisa. So Lisa, she is a stay-at-home mom. She is getting fulfillment from raising her children with passion, with love, and the whole universe is helping her achieve that. But she is true to herself. She found that this is who she truly is and what she's truly supposed to be doing, and everything else around her just falling into place. Last example is Emily. So Emily is a football player by day, but in her free time, she is dedicating her time to supporting charities. So any charitable organizations in the local area, she's supporting them. So she was giving back to the community. So she feels the most at peace and fulfilled when she's doing that. So the last slide here is, what do you want your story to be? If there was a slide about you, what would you like it to say? And feel free to write it on your piece of paper, on your document as well. What would you like this story to be if I was presenting you in here today? I'll give you 10 to 15 seconds just to think about it. I'm going to move on to the next slide, but just write whatever comes to your mind. Allow this to flow. Allow this energy, the information, your gut feeling, whatever it is, whatever you call it, to just come out and just write whatever comes to your mind. Okay. Very connected, let's say, very much connected with the previous one, is what is your life purpose? So you may have written already what your story would be. So now, if it differs, if you feel like there's something that you want to change about it, that's fine. But what is your life purpose? And I know that you are here to find that out, but I'm sure you've got some ideas. And you might be thinking, oh, they're rubbish. They're not true. This is not exactly what my life purpose is, because how can I do that? Or how could I do that? This is the limiting belief that you have around the idea. So now I want you to be completely open-minded. Just get rid of these limiting beliefs. Get rid of all of the things that you have gathered and you have been covered with throughout your life. And what do you feel your life purpose could be? If there's a few things that come into your mind, write them down as well. Whatever it is, I want you to just put it on that piece of paper so it's there for you to see. And if you don't know, it's okay for you to just say, I don't know, because throughout this session, hopefully we'll come closer and you will find that answer. But if there's something, even a slight idea, I want you to put it down. When you're answering that question and throughout the whole session, I want you to apply these three core principles. Principle of honesty, openness, and commitment. I have already mentioned a few times about the openness, about trusting the process and trusting that there might be something new that you might learn and hear today. But I also want you to be honest with yourself. I don't want you to be lying to yourself. I don't want you to be making excuses, because we love as humans to do that. Be honest with yourself. If something comes to you, just write it. If nothing comes to you, also let yourself know that I am blocked here, and notice these things. Be honest with your feelings. If something brings some feelings of happiness, smile. If there's some sadness, you can cry. That's absolutely fine. There's a cleansing process that we need to go through to get to that core, to that source that we want to get to. Openness and trust. So I mentioned, obviously, trust the process. There will be something new or a different approach towards something that you may have heard before. And the last one is commitment. You already shown me that commitment by showing up today. So a pat on your back for that. But let's move on. Let's be committed to that process of transformation. Let's not stop just on this webinar. Don't allow yourself to just be like, okay, well, I am the person that just does webinars, and then nothing comes out of it. Because if you don't show yourself commitment, and if you're not honest with yourself, this webinar is just going to be one of these useless webinars that we all attend and we never do anything about them. So I don't want you to take this webinar as one of these. I want us to take action, to start this journey as we have already started. We are here. So we need to celebrate this. We need to be happy about the fact that we finally decided to give ourselves a chance. This is our opportunity to change our life. And we're doing it. We're doing it now. And now is the only time that matters. Why common reasons why people fail on their transformation journey? Lack of consistency, lack of commitment, excuses. We love to find loopholes, following old patterns of behavior. Imagine if you're doing the same thing over and over again, you are not going to get a different result. So we need to change something about the way we are, the way we do things, the way we think about things, and the way we approach things to make sure that there is a different result. You might be feeling that you're alone, so you have no lack of accountability. So I am now becoming your accountability partner. You have shown me that you want me to be your accountability partner. So here I am. Use the community as well in the group. These are the people who want to achieve the same goal that you are. We all want to stop feeling stuck. We all want to believe and find that belief that we have within us to move mountains. We've got this inner confidence. We are enough. And we are now creating that community. We are surrounded now by like-minded individuals. That's the point of the group, for you to be exposed to people who are on the same journey as you are. So you already can strike the idea that there is nobody else with my problem. All of us are on the same journey, on the journey of transformation towards the life of alignment, towards the life that we envision for ourselves. So use that group, use me, use all of this to be motivated, to be inspired, and to take action. People usually lie to themselves as well. So we need to stop that. There's no point lying to yourself. Another reason is perfectionism. And as a fellow perfectionist, I have put that there because that has been the main bottleneck in my growth and development. But from the moment that I realized that this is actually something I need to work on, everything has changed. Another reason is that people are looking externally. People are reading a lot of self-help books. They're reading a lot of motivational books, but that's it. There is no action. You're not actually taking action. You are filtering all this information thinking this is not going to work for me. You are finding excuses not to do the things that these books are telling you. So you are not actually doing the inner work that all of these books are asking you to do. So just reading doesn't lead you anywhere. We actually need to take action and put things through ourselves, filter them through ourselves, and peel these layers away to find who we really are. And so we're ready then to move on. So let's do the steps now. So step 1 towards finding your life purpose is self-reflection, mindfulness. It's a very important step because a lot of people, when they try to find something, when they're trying to solve a problem, when they're facing an issue and they're looking for a solution, they come to that point with a very messy mental state. They are not ready to conquer this problem. They are not prepared to find the easiest solution. So the moment that we actually prepare ourselves, so the moment you ground yourself through meditation, there's many different options, but the ones that I'm going to show you today is a meditation. This is the one. It's going to be a very short meditation that we're going to do today. It's only 6 minutes, but we're going to ground ourselves and we're going to connect with our inner self. We're going to just send a message to our inner self that, hey, I am just actually interested to listen to you. I'm interested to find out who you truly are. So I'm just sending a signal to that inner self that, yes, like this is my time now. I want you to come out. And that's it. And that might come out very quickly. It might take a few minutes or might take a few weeks, depending on how many layers you've got. But you are sending that signal. So your inner self is already going to be tickled and happy that it's getting the attention that it's been asking for. It's been sending you signal throughout your whole life, but now you actually listened and you noticed. So during the meditation, I want you to be aware and I want you to be an observer. So aware of the feelings, aware of the physical sensations that you're going to feel, but I want you to just observe them. I want you to go with the feeling. If you feel warmth, if you feel nice and happy, just smile to yourself. You're not on camera. Nobody's going to be looking at you. It's just you with you. Whatever you feel, just allow that to flow. If there is something negative, just look at it and let it just pass. It doesn't matter. All of these feelings, just allow them to come and go. This is what we need to do in order to move on in whatever we're trying to move on. So whatever you're trying to do. So today, obviously, we're looking for our life purpose. We're getting unstuck. We are reconnecting with who we are. We're finding that inner confidence to achieve things that we always wanted to achieve. But whether in your real life you're facing a problem or you need to make a decision, whatever it is, you're facing some kind of dilemma, whatever it is, first of all, always ground yourself. So you will get access to this meditation. It's only 6 minutes. You can use it whenever you want to. So now find a quiet space and let's do that. Welcome to this meditation about reconnecting with your inner self and living in the present moment. Down or lie down in a comfortable position. If it feels right, close your eyes gently and take a few deep breaths to relax. Begin to focus on your breath. Feel the natural rhythm of your breath as you inhale and exhale. You can inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. You can also inhale and exhale both through your nose, whichever feels right. Notice the rise and fall of your chest or abdomen with each breath. Let us begin with a body scan. Start at the top of your head and slowly bring your awareness down through your body. Notice any areas of tension or discomfort. As you find them, gently release the tension with your breath. Let go of any stress or tightness. Let's start at the top of your head. Go down through your forehead, your eyes, your nose, your lips, your cheeks, your chin. Then go down to your neck, chest, your shoulders, your arms, your hands. And quickly check on our back as well. If you are sitting in an uncomfortable position, you might be feeling some discomfort in your lower or upper back. When you do, find a place like this, just breathe in and breathe out through that spot, releasing all the tension. Let's go to our belly and down to our buttocks, to the groin area. Check that everything is relaxed. Your thighs, your knees, your calves, your feet and your toes. Once we have completed one of these scans, we're just going to very quickly just run a quick one from the top of the head to the bottom of the feet, just making sure there is no tension left. Now feel the sensations in your body. Feel the weight of your body on the chair or on the floor. Feel the points of contact between your body and the surface beneath you. Is it comfortable? Is it soft? Is it hard? Is it cold? Is it warm? Notice your mind wandering. Gently bring your focus back to your breath. Imagine your thoughts as clouds passing through a clear sky. Allow them to flow. Thoughts may come and go. That's okay. Allow the flow of energy. Now let's explore your senses. What do you hear around you? What do you smell? What do you feel? Take a moment to fully experience your surroundings without any judgment. A dog barking in the distance. Maybe there's something cooking in the kitchen. Maybe there's a TV on. Or maybe your laptop is releasing a very quiet hum. Whatever it is, just notice it, observe it, and let it go. Now, silently or aloud, repeat the following affirmations to yourself. I am present in this moment. I am at peace with myself. I am connected to my inner self. I love myself just the way I am. I am the creator of my universe. Now come back to your breath. Inhale positivity and exhale any remaining tension or stress. Let's breathe in through our nose. Breathe out through our mouth. When you're ready, if you had your eyes closed, gently open them. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Take a deep breath and slowly bring your awareness back to the room. So now we have grounded ourselves, we have reconnected with ourselves. So let's move on. My microphone was off. Apologies for that. Let's move on now towards finding that life purpose, to reconnecting with ourselves. So first of all, I want you to write on your piece of paper, on that document that you have. We're going to go through some questions and I want you to answer them honestly. Remember, be honest, be open, and be committed to the person that you want to become. So first of all, the first question that I want you to answer is, what childhood passion did you lose to adulthood? So what childhood passion did you lose to adulthood? So write down whatever comes first to your mind. So don't block it. Don't think about it too much. Don't overthink it. Just allow whatever is coming to you to show up and for you to write it down on that piece of paper. Once you have done that, another question I want you to answer is what do you do that makes you lose the sense of time? So if you're thinking about your current time, whatever you're doing on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, whatever it is that makes you lose the sense of time. So when you are thinking about an activity, that when you start doing it, without you noticing, it's 2 hours past, 3 hours past. So try to think what it is and write it down as well. And then the third question I want you to answer is to write down the moments when you felt the most alive. And if you have time now, but if not, then after the session, just add as well why. So I'm going to give you a few minutes now just to answer these questions. I'm going to leave them here on the screen for you. So, what these questions are allowing us to actually answer is, are there any activities that we might want to revisit? Maybe you are stuck thinking that there is no adult version of the activity that you used to be doing. Or you feeling like maybe you shouldn't be doing this is for kids. But when I think about my brother, for example, who loved to watch movies, and he was always answering the question, I love to watch movies. And then it just took a second for him to realize that actually there is a career like that. So he went into and studied film studies. He studied film. So he was actually watching movies and he was paid to watch movies. So whatever limiting belief that he had, he overcome it because that came to him. All he knew that he wanted was to. Okay, let's just give it a few more seconds so you can finish your answers. Then don't worry, you will have time, obviously, to finish it later. So maybe just write down the questions, but you will have access to the slides to this presentation. So don't worry if you don't finish everything. It's that thinking process that's starting now is the most important. So allow this energy to flow. I want to move on to the next question. And the next question is, if you had to leave the house every day doing anything you really want, what would it be? Where would you go and what would you do? So look at it. You may have answered that in the previous question. So if it's the same, just copy it here. But if you think about it, so you have to leave the house every single day doing exactly what you want to do. There's no limitations. Whatever your heart desires, what is it going to be? So where are you going? What are you going to do? So think about this. I'm going to give you a minute as well now to do that. So through this question, we're actually answering what we're passionate about. What is it that we should be doing in our life? And it doesn't have to be that this is what you're going to be doing all day, all the time, but it is something that you deeply desire and you want to do at this moment in time. And that's fine, that's valid. And don't judge yourself for it. Whatever it is, this is what you want to do. This is what you are meant to be doing at some point in your time, during the day, during your week, during a month. This is something that makes you feel most alive, makes you feel most like yourself. Okay, let's move on now to values. So, what we need to remember is that everybody is different. We have mentioned that a lot of the times. So, I want you to again to be aware of the fact that you are unique. You need to embrace that unique story. And that story is created through the values that you follow in your life. If you don't know what your values are, you are going to be taking somebody else's values. So if your friends value family, your friends value financial freedom, your values are what they are valuing, then you are going to be taking these values. You are going to be taking their priorities. You are not going to be thinking about what you want. So you are forgetting about yourself. You're forgetting about the person you are, and you are following other people's footsteps. So through this, you are living somebody else's life. This is not your life. You feel just because the environment and the neighbors, the friends, the family, because of the values that they have, you take them as your own, but there might be some kind of friction. There is a contrast. So if you don't feel good about it, if you feel stuck and overwhelmed, that might be the fact that you just don't know what your actual values are. So now I want you to look at this list of values. This is not the exhausted list. This is not all of the values. You can add more to it, but I want you to pick three out of the list and also adding your own three values that are very important to you. So think about exactly what it is. So if you're struggling with a relationship, if you're struggling with that, if you're stuck in that relationship that you're in at the moment, you are going to be looking at things like humor, loyalty, faith, love, patience, integrity. You could be focusing on these values. But if you are stuck in your career, you might be looking at freedom, success, wealth, leadership, respect, stability, whatever it is that is relevant to you as you are listening to this, try to use these values. So right now, three of them, but feel free to add any if they're not on the screen. Okay, I think that's enough time. If you need more time, obviously, just maybe take a screenshot of this, but I will be sending this to you as well later, so don't worry. Okay, last thing I want us to do in step one is a visualization. So again, just like with meditation, let's dive into that. So sit down in a comfortable position, sit down somewhere that you can be truly yourself so we can go on this journey now into the future. So we can go on the journey with who you truly are. So close your eyes, sit down in a comfortable position, and we're going to the future. We are going now to the 8th of November, 2028. So it's in 5 years' time. Imagine it's 8th of November, 2028. And you wake up. Where are you? So imagine and visualize exactly where you are. You wake up, you in your bed. Who's there with you? What room you're in? Are you in the house that you live in at the moment? Are you in a new house? Are you on the beach? Are you exactly where you are at the moment in your house, in your flat, in the apartment that you're living in? So you woke up, and what do you do? What does your morning look like? How do you feel? Be really specific about your feelings, about everything around you. If there's any smells, maybe there's a smell of breakfast being cooked in the kitchen. Maybe somebody's preparing a breakfast for you. Or maybe you are going to the kitchen and you're preparing your breakfast. Whatever it is, it's your ideal life. This is your life that you have manifested when you started working on yourself, when you started on your transformation journey in 2023. Now you're living that. You're living that life that you envisioned 5 years ago. So now it's that time. So you wake up and what do you do? Where do you eat breakfast? Maybe you just grab coffee. Maybe you go to a balcony because you're somewhere warm. If you are still in the UK, maybe you just wrap up and still go to your garden because it's a nice sunny day. Whatever it is, whatever works for you, whatever you desire, whatever you envision for yourself, this is your life, this is what you're living. And once you have that, but be very specific with the feelings, the smells. Are you touching anything? Are you warm? Are you cold? How are you feeling in that moment? When you're done with that, now it's time to work. So think about what are you doing career-wise? Are you running your own business? Are you going to an office? Are you working from home? What is it that you're doing? Because maybe you are happy with your career, so you are still doing that, but maybe you want a promotion, or maybe you want to work for another company. Whatever it is, now is the time. Now you're living it, you're experiencing it. Think again about the people around you. Who are your colleagues? Are you working on your own? Are you working as part of the team? Are you working with others? Are there people that you know? Maybe you speak to them. What do you talk to them about? Are you working on the phone? Are you working on a computer? Are you an artist? Maybe you're painting. Maybe you're going to your den, your artist's den, and you're painting. Whatever your heart desires, this is the life you want to live. This is the life that you created and started creating 5 years ago. Now you're living it. So imagine it. Smell it all. Maybe you're preparing a new sketch, or maybe you are in a studio recording a new song. Whatever it is that you want to do, think about it. If you've got kids running around you, how old are they? Where are they? What are their names? Is your husband, your partner around? Are you on your own in the house or at work? Wherever you are, envision that fully. Immerse yourself in that process. See colors, smell, taste. If you're having lunch, taste it. Feel the texture. And now, when we finish work, it's evening. It's dinner time. What do you do now? Where do you go? Are you eating out? Are you at home? Are you cooking your own dinner? Are you ordering in? Are you with friends and family? Are you on your own? Are you with your kids? What is your life that you've created? This is your perfect day. This is a life that you created. Smell it all, taste it, touch it. Make it as specific as possible with the feelings. How are you feeling in that moment when you're there, when you're eating, or you're spending your evening with yourself, with the loved ones? What are your feelings? And then when you're ready, when you envision that and you visualize that, you're going back to bed. So now you're lying in bed, and how do you feel? How do you feel about the day? How do you feel about everything you've done? How do you feel about your life that you've created? You made the decision to change your life 5 years ago, and now you are living that life. How do you feel about it? And when you're done, just slowly open your eyes. Perfect. Let's just set up the slides. So moving on to step 2. So now what we've done, we have had a sneak peek into the future. So we have shown ourselves that this is the life that we're creating. This is what we want to do. There is that life purpose in that as well. If you haven't seen it, you can just go back through whatever you just experienced, write it down, and there will be these clues as well. And everything that we're doing today, all of this information is coming with this one result. All of these arrows are going to be pointing towards one or just a few prominent ideas, and you might already see it. But if you don't, let's just continue. Let's move on to step number 2. And step number 2 is probably one of the biggest steps, the most important steps, is to let go of your limiting beliefs. The limiting beliefs we are gathering throughout our lives. So depending on where you grew up, who you grew up around, where you went to school, all your environment and surroundings, all of this will have had an effect on what your limiting beliefs are. So what you've experienced, whether you were bullied, whether you were praised all the time, whatever you experience in your life, you're going to be having completely different limiting beliefs to other people who are listening to this webinar. So my limiting beliefs are going to be completely different to the ones that you've got. We all have them. We are all dealing with them. The main important thing is to be aware of them and then do something about it, because we can overcome all of them. Because if you think about it, some people are dealing with some limiting beliefs and some people are not. So what's the reason behind it? Because they are just coping better with some other limiting beliefs, but it doesn't mean that you cannot overcome them. So let me give you some tools and things that you can do whenever you experience some limiting beliefs. The first one is the why game. So whenever you catch yourself thinking a limiting belief, stop yourself and ask why. And it sounds so simple, and all of these things usually are. But if you think about it, when you have a moment and when you're thinking, I'm not good at this job, think about it. Why? Why do you believe in that? Because you need to find the source of the problem. You need to find the source of that belief. Like, where does it come from? Why do you think that? Because you might not actually have any facts supporting that you are not good enough at this job, but you might have that ingrained from previous work that you've done, from previous bosses that you worked with, maybe from childhood experience. So you need to dive deep into that to understand it. And not everything is going to be perfectly visible to you straight away, and that is fine. But all you need to do is just do that over and over again. Next one is the evidence log. This is the perfect one because then you will have everything in front of each other, in front of you, so you can then go back to it and see things for what they are. So whenever you're feeling like you're inadequate, having some kind of limiting belief, have 3 columns. So write down that belief. In the middle, write pro, and then the next column, the third one, is against. So whenever you're feeling something, write it down and then think, what are the evidence? What are the facts pro and against that belief? So for example, if you believe that you are not good at making friends, I want you to straight away put in the against column the name of the friend that you've got, because I'm sure you've got one friend that you made friends with and that person is there for you. So you are good enough to make friends. You can do this. You have done this. Maybe you believe that you want to have a bigger circle of friends. Maybe you are comparing yourself to others, but you have made at least that one friend that is there for you. So you are good enough to make friends, and maybe you are just all about quality, and that's enough. Maybe this is what makes you different, and everybody's different. For me, like, I'm always pro quality rather than quantity. I am not great with masses of people and crowds, but that's me. That's specific to me, and I am okay with that. If I wasn't okay with that, then I need to do something about it. But I've accepted this, and I like that about myself. I like being surrounded by a few people who just truly love me, support me, motivate me, and inspire me. And that's probably who you are as well. So if there's a belief that you have, write the name of a person. Any other beliefs as well, just put them in the first column. Any evidence that you have pro for this belief, just put it in the second column. And any evidence, or just facts, not opinions, just facts, put them against in the against column in the third one. Last one is affirmations and gratitude. I would like to mention gratitude here as well, because affirmations and gratitude are the easiest things probably to change the way you feel in a very short period of time. So whenever you're feeling some kind of negative belief, be grateful, show gratefulness to yourself for everything that is around you, even the smallest things. So even if it's sunny, and if you are going down that spiral of negative thoughts, just be grateful for all the little things that you can notice. So whether you're at home, then you can be grateful for your home. Whether you are at office, you can be great at the office. You can be grateful for the office, for the warm space, for the roof above your head, but also for the job, because that means that you have a job. And at the same time, you need to replace the negative self-talk with something positive. And this is where the affirmations come in. They are the simplest solution that people always overlook. People don't do that enough because whenever they feel affirmation, they have some kind of preconception about the idea. But they are the most powerful and the simplest idea that you can do. So whatever affirmations work for you, usually starting with I create my future. I am the author of my life and my universe. I am enough. I am complete. I attract what I want. I am in alignment with the life that I envision for myself. Whatever it is that works for you in that specific moment, just do that. And very quickly, you will notice a shift in your brain towards what you are trying to achieve. It's going to get easier for you as well, just to shift your focus and continue with your day. Last step, allow yourself to be you. So, step 3, allow yourself to be you. And it sounds so common sense. It sounds like such a no-brainer, but a lot of us don't allow ourselves to be ourselves. So that's why you will notice that sometimes when you go on holiday, or sometimes when you change the environment, when you move house, you feel lighter. You feel like you can actually achieve things easier because nobody knows you, right? You can create this new personality. You can actually show people who you are. And very quickly we fall into the same patterns and we become the same person that we were before. And then again, we need to move on. Again, we need to go to another holiday and destination, or we need to go to a bigger city. The biggest cities are very good for one reason. It's because they allow you to be anonymous and they allow you to be yourself. A lot of people, you will see them, and some people call them freaks or weirdos, but they are the people who are just living life true to themselves. They are dressing the way they want to, they're expressing themselves the way they want to, and there's freedom and there is happiness in that. So I want you to allow yourself to be you. Express your uniqueness. You don't have to be like everybody else. Your path, your journey doesn't have to be like somebody else's. But how can you do that? Well, you can do this by looking out for signs and trusting your inner guidance system. We all have that. Some of us have pushed it down so much that we don't hear it anymore, but it's there. So listen to the feelings, observe your feelings, pay attention to the body reactions. So if you go to a place and you're feeling achy, you're feeling tired, maybe fatigue or stressed, maybe that's not a place for you. Whether it's work, whether it's just a shop, whatever the place is, something is not right and it's just presenting itself as a contrast with your energy. So look out for these signs, and you just need to learn to trust your intuition, trust your gut, because it's there, it's always giving you signs. So think about it. When was the last time when you were doing something or thinking about something and then something would hurt or something would happen to distract you from that? That's the universe giving you the sign that maybe you should not focus on this. Everything should come with ease. Everything should come with passion and freedom. You shouldn't have to force anything. And that ease is going to bring inspired action. So, just like in the first step, we need to ground ourselves. Once you ground yourself, you are preparing yourself to invite this inspired action to your life. So, then once you've done that, once you've followed all of these steps, you can allow yourself to be you, and that inspired action, all of this information that you're looking for, that it's now not accessible for you because you are just not ready for it. It's gonna come and it's gonna show up. All you need to do is just be trusting. You need to be open, honest with yourself, and committed to the process. Because depending on obviously how many layers you have created around yourself, that's going to be affecting the person that you are, and obviously how long the process is going to take for you. But if you take the necessary steps, if you get somebody to be your accountability partner, so you get somebody, whether it's a coach or a family member or a friend, whether you have somebody there for you, it's going to make a hell of a difference. It's going to actually allow you to reach your goals faster. Surround yourself with like-minded people. Surround yourself with people who are on the same journey, because you need to come out of thinking that you are alone in this. You're not alone in this. I have done this journey, so you can do too. And I want to now show you the roadmap and the steps that you can take to continue on that transformational journey. And I'm going to share them with you in just a second. So, roadmap to continuous purposeful life. So, luckily for you, we have already done stage 1. And we have started on stage 2. So it's only just a few steps, a few little adjustments that you need to make in your life to make sure that you are living the life aligned with your purpose. So stage 1 self-reflection, discovery, exploring your passions, interests, and talents. We've done that today. We can go obviously deeper, and I do encourage you to go back through this presentation, listen to it again, do the exercise and pause it whenever you can and whenever you want to. Focus on that and fully explore this further. Stage 2, forgiveness and letting go. This is one thing that obviously we haven't done today, but this is a very important one, and I do teach that in my program and in my sessions that you can obviously take full advantage of. But we have adopted a growth mindset. We have worked on that today, and we have worked on our limiting beliefs. And all we need to do is now just let go of them and forgive ourselves. Next stages are setting achievable goals, stepping out of the comfort zone that you might be in. But luckily today, by showing up, you have shown already that you want out of this comfort zone. You are ready to take action, and that's beautiful to see. Next one is developing resilience. Surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals so you don't feel alone in that process. So you've got the support, motivation, and inspiration to act as you need it. You need to embrace continuous learning. This is a process. This is not just A to B and that's it. Once you reach B, we need to create a C. Once you reach C, we need to create a D. But this will come naturally to you. This is not something you need to force or push. So whatever you're struggling with today, whether it's your career, whether you're going for an interview and you don't know exactly how to present yourself, you're going to learn once, but you will always continue improving the more you do that. And we can do that obviously by working together. And stage 8 is adapting and realigning your goals, because these will change. Over time, you will have different passions, you will have different goals, and your life purpose might also change as well. And this is absolutely fine. So now, how would you answer this question? What is your life purpose? Are you closer to finding that out? Are you closer to telling me or telling yourself honestly what your life purpose is? And you might just look at your piece of paper or your document and think, oh my goodness, this is so many things. I don't know what to make of it. Let's do this together then. You can book a consultation, which I'm going to share in a second with you, and you can book a consultation where we can go through that together to untangle that, to find some sense in what you've written. You've done the majority of hard work now. So all we need to do now is to find exactly what that purpose is, because I'm sure it's there, it's on that piece of paper. But if you cannot see it, let's just open our eyes and actually try to notice it. But some of you might already be like, this is it, this is that. That means that you have already dealt with the limiting beliefs, which is great, because a lot of the times we don't see these things because we have these preconceptions. We have these limiting beliefs about ourselves, thinking that, oh, we can't do that. This is not the life for me. This is for somebody that I watch on Instagram or Facebook or elsewhere, but this is not for me. We need to change that thinking. And let me show you exactly how you can do that. So you don't have to fail on your transformation journey through lack of consistency, lack of commitment, through your excuses, following odd patterns, etc., etc. So we can go through that together and make sure that you are not falling into these gaps, into these little things and cracks, but you continue on your path. You are clear on your journey. So how we can do that, that's why I want to share with you the Phoenix Rising program. Just like a phoenix, you are going to be reborn, create this personality, that person that is within you, but we need to recreate it again. We need to reconnect with it and show it to the world. So we're going to leave the self-doubt, leave the feeling lost and confusion, and we're going to find clarity together. We're going to forgive and let go. This is the very important step, because you cannot really move forward if you feel like there's some burden keeping you in the place that you're at. Whatever it is for you, whether it's your relationship, your career, whether you're a mom, whether you are just stuck because you're single and you don't feel like you have that support, we need to forgive ourselves for all of this, because all of these choices that we have made up until now have led us to today, to this moment that you are here. So again, massive pat on the back for being here and showing up for yourself. So as I mentioned, we're going to unburden ourselves and create an empowered future filled with purpose and fulfillment. I was where you are at the moment. I felt it. I've done it. I've been there. Now it's time to move on. Let me share the shortcuts with you. Let's continue on this journey of self-transformation, self-development, self-growth. We're going to unleash your true potential because it's there. It is there already. And I know you know it. You can feel it already. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. We're going to identify your direction, the true direction, which way you need to go to. We're going to make a step-by-step action plan for you, how you can get out of feeling the way you are at the moment and moving on towards a aligned future. You're going to regain your self-confidence, which you may have lost for whatever reason, whatever experiences you have. We're going to develop and practice the new you. You're going to be surrounded with the like-minded individuals. You will have access to me, but also to other people, and you're going to attract the people that you may have been pushing away. These people will find the way towards you, so you will feel free and empowered in your own skin, and this is going to attract people who are exactly the same. So no more feeling shy, feeling worthless, but you will be the person that you want to be, and you're going to shine that light. So you're going to reconnect with your inner self. You're going to align with your passions. So we're going to be drilling even deeper into these passions, these values, and your strengths that we have now discovered. But all we need to do is just change our thinking about it so we can attract the life, the career, and the relationship that is meant for you, that you really are looking for. And there are just simple things that we can do in your life that you can make small adjustments to make sure that the life, the career, the relationship, and everything that you feel that is not to be changed or you don't know what to do, we can do that. You are going to also shape your authentic personal brand in that program. This is one thing that I really focus on, because there's one thing when you've got all this knowledge, but if you cannot present yourself, if you are going to a room, into a networking event, whether you're going to an interview, all of this matters. Trust me when I say that you don't really need to tick all the boxes when you go to an interview. All you need to do is show who you are. And I have tested what I am teaching in the program on my own skin. I have applied for jobs that I would take only 30% of the boxes, and I would take 50%, and I would take 60%. In all of these cases, I was offered a job. I didn't take them in the end because the purpose of that was for me to prove to myself that I have what it takes, that I can present myself, and I can shape my narrative and present my narrative in the way that works and is showing these people that I am the person for that job, because I know that I can learn everything that I'm missing. And they knew that too. And they would tell me, like, oh, you're not taking this and this and this. But the confidence, the inner confidence that I was showing was enough for them to take that leap of faith and offer me a job. So I want to teach you the same. I want you to know exactly how to effectively present yourself in an interview or wherever you go, whatever it is. If you need to do some public speaking or whether you are presenting something, I want to teach you exactly how you can present yourself so people are listening to you and people are actually feeding, I guess, from you, then taking the energy, and then they can learn, they can move on, and they can grow. So in the program, this is a 12 weeks program. So there's 12 sessions. You are getting one-on-one sessions every single week. You're getting a video and you're getting a one-on-one session as well with me to go through everything, and it's all subjective to you. So we are going to be creating a bespoke program in relation to what you are struggling with. So you've got a QR code here that you can use to book your free consultation, so feel free to do that. Also, as part of the program, you are getting chat support. So from Monday to Friday, whenever you're struggling with something, whenever you're going through something and you've got some ideas, feel free to just to put them in the chat, and we are in constant contact. So you don't feel like you are left alone. So for the whole duration of the program, so almost 3 months, even a bit over that, you are getting that Monday to Friday chat support. For 3 months, you are constantly led by hand. You've got that motivator, that accountability partner You've got that person in your corner that is there for you, guiding you through whatever you are going through. Another one, you're getting accountability and weekly check-ins. So if you don't if you don't like using the chat, whatever it is, I will be checking on you anyway. So weekly check-ins, making sure that we are hitting the goals, that we are moving forward. This is part of the program, and this is the promise that I give to you. You're also getting a Phoenix Rising journal. This journal, I actually have to show you. It comes in two versions. I don't know if you can see it. Hopefully you can. So this is the paperback version, and I also have, just trying to get some focus on it. There we go. There we go. This is the hardback cover. So it's a journal that is specifically created for that program. You can also get it as a separate product. It does have all the exercises and tasks that we are going to go through in the program, but you get this for free, completely for free, as part of the program, and then you have all your journey in one place. So everything that we're going to be doing, it's in there. But obviously, if you get the journal, you have to do it on your own. So you are not getting all the guidance, you're not getting all the information that you will be getting in the sessions. And obviously, this journal is for everybody. So if you want that bespoke, tailored experience of just working on your subjective idea and your subjective problem, then obviously one-on-one coaching is probably the best. And Phoenix Rising is this revolutionary, transformative program that just going to change life. It's changing lives. It changed my life. And this is exactly what I've gone through. This is what I've done to go from being stuck, overwhelmed, attracting really toxic environments and toxic people, to actually flipping the page and now living a completely different, fulfilled, empowered life, traveling and doing whatever I want and my heart desires. You're also getting a course on navigating change and transitions in life. This course, I feel, is a very good addition to this program because it prepares you for the change. Because all we're going to do in the transformation program is transform. We're going to be tackling the transitions. So it's very important to understand, obviously, how to deal with them, because it's not that fact that we are changing something, but is the transition, is the things in between that we're unsure of. So that, of course, is ideal for anybody on the program that's going through any transformation. Again, you can purchase this course as well on the side if you want to, but it is a part of the program that you're getting for free as well. You're also getting a meditative session dedicated to forgiveness and letting go, which I encourage you to do pretty much every single week before our sessions, because we won't have time. We don't want to waste time during our one-on-one to do the meditative session every single time. But I do encourage you to prepare for the session just by doing this very quick and short meditative session before that. So you come with an open mind and you're ready for the session. You're also getting a lifetime access to all the sessions. So once we finish, you will have always access to that. So whatever we go through, the session is going to be recorded. You can access them at any point in your life, and you can always go back through them. If you forget something, whatever we discuss, it's going to be there for you. And also, because you are on this webinar, and it's because it's my birthday month, I am feeling super generous and really excited to have you here. So in November only, I am offering a very special price for everybody on this webinar. And I'm also adding an extra session for the first 10 people who sign up. So instead of 12 sessions, you are getting 13 sessions, my lucky number, and you are getting a special price. So the whole program is, as I mentioned, 13 sessions. So it's a 12 weeks program, but it's going to be actually 13 weeks program. You're getting 13 sessions, accountability and weekly check-ins, chat support, Phoenix Rising journal, lifetime access, meditative sessions dedicated to forgiveness and letting go, and course on navigating change and transitions in life. So total value of all of this is £1,900, but all you're getting All of this for just 1,299. And you can pay that in one go, or you can pay it in installments. So you can pay it in 3 installments, which is around £400 a month. So it's absolute bargain for the support that you're getting every single day from Monday to Friday. Nobody's offering anything like that. In terms of coaching, you only get a session and that's it. Here you are getting support from Monday to Friday whenever you need it. I will be there for you to guide you through your journey. So for 3 months, you are getting all of this plus the support outside of the sessions for 1,299 only. Here you can book a free consultation. I want to have a chat with you before we jump into the program, so you can then get a feel of me, but I can also get to know you, your issue, what are you struggling with, so I can create a program that is tailored to you. So make sure to scan this. I will also be sending the links in the group after this webinar, so don't worry if this doesn't work. It should do, but if you don't have your phone on hand or whatever the reason is that you cannot do it now, I do encourage you to do this. Even if you're not sure exactly what it could be that you want to work on, there is always options for us to discover. Whether you just want to have a chat, book a free consultation as well, so we can see how to take your transformation to another level. So now it's time for Q&A. So if you've got any questions, I am obviously welcoming all of them. Yes. So thank you, Claire, for this question. Yes, so the question, I would say, yes, it is a one-on-one session, and all the 13 sessions are one-on-one sessions. At the moment, the way I created this program, I want this to be one-on-one. In the future, we are going to be creating a group, but I will be building a bigger group as well. So at the moment, we've got the webinar group as well that you are taking advantage of, but the sessions are fully tailored to you. So there are subjective, only you and me on these sessions. We are meeting online, so we are finding the time that works for you. We're meeting for the session. You're getting a video as well with some theory that we are going to go through then and untangle during the session, and we're going to apply it to your personal situation. So yes, these are one-on-one sessions. All of them are 13. All 13 of them are one-on-one, and then you are getting that one-on-one support from a coach. And then obviously, as I mentioned, you get the support as well. That's one-on-one support as well. So you can send me a direct message. Nobody else has access to that. We are answering that on the go. So Monday to Friday for 3 months, you are getting access to me included in the program. Yes, I do have shorter coaching programs as well. I will be sending the website as well in the group and in the email, obviously, for everybody who has attended. On my website, you can see that I run blocks of 4 sessions as well. So that is 1 month of working together. You can also top it up with the chat support. So then you can get the support for 1 month only. And then we're working on just one thing. With Phoenix Rising program, we are working on everything. We are transforming fully your life. Whatever you want to work on, obviously we'll have one idea that is the predominant issue that we're trying to change. But with the blocks of 4, you are choosing just one thing that we want to work on. So whether it's your habits, whether it's finding your life purpose, whether it's raising your self-confidence, whether it's creating that confident, rebranded image of yourself, whatever it is that you want to work on, again, I invite you to just book a free consultation so we can go through that and find the right option for you. Because you're right, maybe the program is too much for you at this point, but you don't want to stop. You don't want to hinder your process because of that, because you feel like this is just too much and you're not ready for that. So we can go step by step. So maybe the 4 sessions in a month, it's enough for you. You're still getting that chat support, so we can then go through that. So you don't have to commit to 3 months because maybe it's not the right time. Although now the end of the year, Q4 is actually perfect time because I know a lot of people are going to wake up in January and they'll be like, okay, let's change our life. Now you are going to be fully ahead of them. Yes, I mentioned with the price, so it's 1,299, everything included. Only for those who are listening to this webinar, only to those who are here on this webinar. I stayed until the end. So it's 1,299 pounds, which you can pay in installments. So you don't have to pay it in one go. It's around 400 something a month, which is absolutely nothing for all the support that you're getting, because it turns out to be pretty much a bargain. It's around £10 a day of all the support that you are getting, all the chat support, all the sessions that you're getting, all the videos, and it's lifetime access to all of this. Nobody's going to take it away from you. It's a once in a lifetime investment, and that's it. You don't have to pay anything else. Everything is included, all the freebies, all the contact, all the bonuses, everything is included in 1,299. The prices will be going up soon, but at the moment, as it is, because as I mentioned, November is my birthday month, I want to give you a special price to make sure that everybody can access this journey, everybody can continue on this transformation. So it's not something that you really need to save on, but you can save up on. But all you need to do is just be committed, show yourself that this is what you want to do, and just go for it. So what will happen if you miss a session? Well, pretty much nothing, right? Like all we're going to do is just reschedule the session. So don't worry about this. We are all humans. You are not going to be missing out. It is a tailored approach. We do want to finish it in 13 weeks though, because I'm going to be running another program after that time. So once we start working together, we need to finish it in 13 weeks. We want to finish it in 13 weeks because that's the best option. So we don't want to prolong this transformation. We want to see the results in 13 weeks. So we will try to push for the sessions. If you need to reschedule, if we're in for Monday or Tuesday, we will try to reschedule it for the same week when. Okay, I don't think we've got time. I don't want to keep you more. We went over 1 hour and 30 minutes. So any other questions? If there is some more that I have not answered, I will go through them later, and I'm going to send the answers to them on the group and via email. So don't worry, I am not skipping it for no reason. I just want to let you enjoy your evening. But for now, thank you so much for joining me this afternoon, this morning, this evening, wherever you base, wherever you're listening to this from. I want to wish you a beautiful evening, and I hope to see as many of you as possible during the free consultations, because you've got nothing to lose, everything to gain, and I hope to see all your journeys. So make sure to follow me on Instagram as well, so then I can follow you back and I can watch your journeys, I can watch your transformations, and obviously make sure to reach out whenever you've got any questions. And if you're ready, and when you're ready to start your journey, I'm looking forward to hearing from you. If you put any questions, you've got my contact, you've got my email, you've got everything you need. But any questions at all that I have not covered, I have not answered today, make sure to reach out and then we can tackle it, whatever it is. But thank you so much for now. Have a great evening and bye-bye.